It's Sunday, November 16th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in today. If you would, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Uh, you know, Reading some news today, watching some videos, and just kind of coming up with my own conclusion of things, my own observation. Feel free to comment down below on any of this. But this really could be the end of the Trump administration. Just watching, observing some of the things that have been taking place here. One big issue I have here is the administration allowing 600,000 Chinese students into our universities, and all these foreign students coming into American universities. We're educating the world, we're educating our enemies, and we're not educating our own students. And this to me is extremely dangerous. And I don't know why this administration is loyal to China and educating China when we're in a so-called trade war that we're never going to end or be able to win. And it's not going to end until China ends it. But that is a big problem that I see. More of the booming economy, the golden age, all this, all that. No way. There's just no way that this is a booming economy. This is not the golden age. And this is going to be a big issue. And this is going to be a big issue with the midterms, where this administration right now, I think, is going to lose the midterms. Another big issue, and there's a lot of issues here. I think the administration's done some really good things. They're doing some really dumb things here. And the biggest problem here is going to be the economy. 50-year mortgages. 50-year mortgages. This will do nothing but hurt home buyers. And the average home buyer has no idea how this works, how much more they will actually be paying for a house. This is a sucker's bet right here. And have the president kind of pump this up and back this, not a good move whatsoever. But of course, there's other issues. I won't get into them right now. MTG has got some big issues right now. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, that promises that were made about the files that nobody has seen. That's a big issue too. It's a very, very big issue. But if something doesn't get done here very, very quickly, this administration is done. Now, what I think the Trump administration should have been doing and should be doing right now is preparing the American people for the devastation that is knocking on the door of this country right now. The economic devastation that is coming, that has begun. The administration is ignoring it, pumping up the stock market. We have 7 tech stocks, the Mag 7, that are pumping up the stock market. What happens when that bubble bursts? The average person doesn't care about the stock market. The average person cares about when they go to the grocery store, what they're paying for food, what they're paying for health insurance, what they're paying for auto insurance, what they're paying for a house. They don't care about the stock market. The stock market is not the US economy. And this administration keeps pumping up the stock market and saying that, it's a booming economy because the stock market's up. And the stock market, if it wasn't for those Mag 7s, those 7 tech stocks, those 7 companies, if it wasn't for them, this stock market would be in shambles right now. And it's going to be at some point. And yet the administration is not preparing people for what is coming. Now, let me be very, very clear here. I don't wish any ill will. I don't want this administration to fail. They have done some very, very good things. But at the same time, they're doing some very, very bad things. Anybody out there that thinks a 50-year mortgage is good, there's something, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. This is a horrible, horrible idea. This will hurt, repeat, hurt home buyers. This will make banks richer. Not good for the average American. This is not the golden era, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. I know that. Anybody going to work, grinding it out 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, they know this is not the golden era. Look at the layoffs that are going on. Mass layoffs. Well, why is gold, I don't know, where is it at today? $4,200 an ounce. I can't even keep up with these numbers. They're just skyrocketing. But gold is sounding the alarm that things are breaking. So instead of pumping up the stock market, selling us a bill of goods that this is the golden era and the economy is booming. This administration should be preparing the American people for the devastation knocking on the door right now of America. And he should be talking about what has been going on, the money printing, the debts. We need to start paying down the debts, not giving everybody a check for $2,000. We need to start paying down the debts. We need to go through a rough time here. We need to bring manufacturing back. We need to get real jobs going here. But we're going to be going through some very, very difficult times as a country. And that's what he really needs to address the American people with, not pumping us up with good times. And if he continues to do this, kiss the midterms goodbye. You can kiss the administration goodbye. You can kiss the Republican Party goodbye. And look, personally, I just want to see somebody in office do something good for the American people. I don't think that's ever going to happen because whether it's Republican or Democrat, just seems like every party is sold out and it's just more lie after more lie. And again, I don't have any ill will. I'm not blaming all this on the administration. This is decades of money printing, keeping rates too low for too long. This is sending jobs across the world, leaving America. This is America just becoming a debtor nation. This isn't this administration's fault. This was going on long before. But it is this administration's fault if they don't do something to correct the problem or at least try. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. Nobody wants to come out and tell us how bad it is and that we're going to have to go through some pain. Nobody wants to do that. And until that happens, this country is going to go down like the Titanic. Comment down below. Hell Turner Radio Show. Here's more problems for America. 13% of incoming college freshmen cannot do math at even a first grade level. This report was done by the University of California, San Diego. It says here in the report, 1 in 5 students fail to meet entry-level writing requirements. And you want to know why China is going to be the world superpower, and it probably right now already is. People will say, oh, no, China has this problem. Oh, they've overbuilt. They need us. We can't even read and write. I guarantee you, those Chinese students coming over from China into our universities, they can read and they can write, and they're doing it way beyond a first grade level. That is a fact. That is reality. Look, I don't want to move to China. Not planning on it, never going to do it, but let's call it what it is. Let's just be truthful with one another. China is eating our lunch every which way. Economiccollapse.com. This was a major red flag in 2008, and now it's happening again. And please go to these articles, Google this stuff. Please do your own due diligence. Don't believe me. Come to your own conclusion, do your own research, look at the data. Alarms are getting even louder each week. It is clear the U.S. economy has entered a crisis. But my question is, will it look like 2008 or will it look like 1929? I would say it's going to look like more like 1929 or a combination of the two. This is going to be way worse than 2008. Please comment down below. How bad is it going to get? I think we are now in the beginning stages of a very, very bad depression, not a recession. We've been in a recession probably going on 3 years now at least. But how bad is it going to get? How bad could it get? Give me your thoughts. Really want to know what you think about this. Foreclosures were up nearly 20% in October compared to October 2024. We're looking at 36,766 foreclosure filings in October. Foreclosure activity has increased for 8 consecutive months. Very, very interesting. The white dove just landed over here in the yard. It's been just walking around here all day. Just flew over here. Pretty interesting. It's been just kind of flying all over the property, walking around the property. I've been feeding it. A lot of you recommended I give it some food, so I gave it some food, and he's just hanging around. Now he's in the yard here. Interesting. But a lot of comments about the white dove. Thank you for those comments. Very interesting. He is still here. I think this is now the 3rd day that he's been here. He can stay as long as he wants. The hedge. Goldman sees brighter U.S. housing outlook taking shape for 2026. I completely disagree. What are your thoughts on this? How do they have a brighter outlook for 2026? Food prices are up. I don't see them coming down. Energy prices up. Healthcare prices are up. Home prices are up. We're now watching mass layoffs take place. Inflation is up. I'm confused how they come to this conclusion or this forecast. 50-year mortgages, is that what's going to do it? That would be an absolute catastrophe for America, is that they dupe enough Americans into doing this, which there are Americans that would do it today. There's no doubt about it, because they want to own a house so bad. Here's another one. Report: more than 70% of Palisades fire victims still in temporary housing. That's really sad, and it's really unacceptable. Here in the, well, not here, I don't live in California anymore, but in the state of California, my old state, almost a year later, that is absolutely appalling. 70%. Altadena, 67% of the people in the Altadena fire still in temporary housing. Absolutely unacceptable. What about the people in North Carolina? We don't even hear about Hawaii. We don't hear about North Carolina. It's old news. It's like it doesn't even matter at this point, right? So almost a year ago in California, and very few permits have been authorized or approved. Very few homes are going up. A lot of people selling their lots. Who's buying them? Well, institutional investors, foreign countries. It's really, really sad to see what's going on. And the governor, Mr. Newsom of the state of California, he's going to be running for president, and he has a very good chance of becoming president because people like his hair. This guy is very, very slippery. He has destroyed California, and he cannot wait to destroy the rest of America. And look, America, to me, continues to decay on a daily basis. You put this guy in office, it is going to accelerate. Here's another article. In Gavin Newsom's California, pretty much nothing is affordable. So if you think things aren't affordable right now in America, wait till Gavin Newsom becomes your president. He cannot wait to be your president. He will destroy whatever is left. If you think this administration's bad, wait till you see what's coming. I hope it doesn't happen. I still pray that we turn things around, that this administration turns things around, being optimistic. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm being optimistic. It doesn't look good. It really does not look good. It makes my decision moving out here on a ranch in southern Alabama. It just reinforces this decision that it was the smartest thing I could have ever done. Hey, Turbo. I want to finish up with this last article, and it kind of ties into what we're talking about and what we're seeing. Wall Street Journal: the ultra-rich are spending a fortune to live in extreme privacy. Things have been getting bad for many, many years, and for many years you've been reading the news, watching videos that very wealthy people are buying islands, they're buying bunkers, they're buying ranches in the middle of nowhere. They are preparing for something, and they didn't just start preparing last year, a few years ago. They've been preparing for many, many years. Even myself, just moving out here, just getting away from people. Now, I don't live on an island. I don't live in the middle of Wyoming, but I don't have neighbors that are anywhere I can see. They're miles away. There's nobody around me as far as the eye can see. I'm surrounded by trees and farms, and it gives us a lot of privacy and the ability to kind of just get out of populated area. And I feel much safer here. My family feels much safer here. We have security here. We have the tools. We have the dogs. We have the cameras. We have the signs, and we have the location. So we have a lot of things going on. Nothing's 100%. I get it. But you're just trying to put the odds in your favor. And this is what these people have been doing: bunkers, islands, cattle ranches, farms, hundreds or thousands of acres. So they've gone to a very extreme point in their life to get away from people and populations. And so, I think that we all have to really think about, are we safe where we live? You might live in a gated community. I lived in a gated community. Are you really safe in a gated community? Are you safe in the city you're in? Are you living in a big city, small town, big town, the state you live in? All people are now thinking about all this. But it was the ultra wealthy years ago that were already getting ahead of this. And now a lot of people are sitting down at the dinner table. Many will be doing it this evening, talking about, hey, maybe we should move to this state or that state. Our beliefs and politics are more aligned with this state. There's more opportunity. There's less taxes. The crime is much lower. It's less populated. And a lot of people are having these conversations now. And so I want to remind everybody that if you have the ability, the means, the opportunity to maybe move to a safer location, maybe a less populated area, maybe a state that has their beliefs more aligned with your beliefs, maybe this is the time to do something. And time is running out. There's going to come a point in our lives where there is no more opportunity to do these things, to move, or to prepare. You're going to wake up one day and what you have is what you have. The preparations that you have, that's it. You're not getting any more gold. You're not getting more silver. Food could be in short supply. Things could be getting very crazy on the streets of America. You don't want to leave your house. So do you want to be in Los Angeles? Do you want to be in Chicago? Do you want to be in New York? Do you want to be, in a very highly populated suburb, that is close to a big city? Or do you want to be in a more low populated area, a more sparsely populated area? Something to think about. And if you're thinking about it, please give it some real thought, because I think you're going to be much safer and much better off. Leave a comment down below. God bless every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to all of you soon.